Your brain is scamming you. And the worst part is, you're paying it to do so. Right now, as you listen to these words, you are using the most powerful tool you possess, your intelligence, to dig your own financial grave. You've convinced yourself that sitting here watching this video is working on yourself, but the truth is infinitely more cynical. You are an intellectual paralysis addict seeking your next hit of cheap hope, just to avoid facing the fact that today, at this very moment, you haven't done a single thing that actually moves the needle of your life. Nothing. Your logic isn't your ally. It's the architect of the cell you live in. Let's talk about that voice in your head, the one that tells you that you're being prudent, the one that whispers that analyzing a bit more is a sign of wisdom. That voice is a professional liar. Imagine two people. The first one is just like you, brilliant, analytical, capable of seeing patterns where others only see chaos. He's been studying the market for 3 months. He has a folder on his computer with the perfect logo, a business plan in a flawless PDF, and a list of contacts he's about to call. His logic tells him that risk is the enemy, that one wrong move could ruin his reputation. This man is a genius in theory, but a pauper in practice. His intelligence is so heavy it keeps him pinned to the ground. Then there's the second person, someone you would consider inferior. He doesn't have your level of analysis. He doesn't know what a sophisticated sales funnel is, and his spelling is questionable. But on Monday morning, he had a mediocre idea, and by Monday at 10 a.m., he was already making mistakes in public. He picked up the phone. He stuttered. He got rejected, but he kept going. By Friday, that mediocre guy has a check in his hand. Who is the real fool here? The one using his brain to justify why he hasn't started, or the one who is too stupid to be afraid? Your logic has made you poor because it has transformed your fear into an academic virtue called caution. But your bank account doesn't understand reasons, it only understands physical impact. Your mind is a dealer of rationalizations. The mechanism is simple. Your body feels fear at the possibility of failing, and since your ego cannot accept that it is afraid, your brain invents a logical explanation to protect you. It's not fear, it's that I need the right software. It's not panic, it's that the market is saturated. It's not cowardice, it's that I haven't mastered the skill well enough yet. This is called cognitive dissonance. It is the unbearable tension between what you know you should be doing and what you are actually doing. To resolve that tension, your mind chooses the most cowardly exit. It creates a narrative where waiting is strategy. You've built an entire identity based on being the guy who knows, the guy who prepares, and you defend that identity with more fervor than a genius defends his discovery, because admitting that you've been deceiving yourself would mean accepting that you've wasted years of your life for nothing. Look around you. Look at the place where you are sitting right now. Look at your bank balance. All of that is the physical, tangible, raw result of the logical lies you told yourself yesterday. And the most terrifying part is that if we don't cut this cycle now, tomorrow you will say the exact same thing. You are financing a life you hate with time you will never recover, all for the pleasure of feeling logical in your stagnation. You think you are a rational being who makes decisions based on data. You are not. You are a biological system governed by primitive impulses. Your System 2, the logical, slow part, is constantly sabotaged by your System 1, the fast, emotional instinct. When you face a task that terrifies you, your System 1 detects a death threat. It doesn't distinguish between a lion in the jungle and the fear of a service offer being rejected. Your body enters a state of alert, and that's where your logic comes to the rescue of your fear. Paralyzing analysis is not an excess of thought. It is fear disguised as an intellectual process. It is hyperbolic discounting in its maximum expression. You prefer the dopamine of feeling productive by watching an educational video today over the massive reward of being financially free in 3 years. Your logic is stealing your future to give you a cheap comfort in the present. You have fallen into the trap of educational addiction. You are an information hoarder who lacks the courage to turn a single bit of data into a single gram of action. At this point, there are 2 types of people listening. The first group is already looking for logical reasons to turn off this video. They are thinking, "This is too aggressive. This doesn't apply to my special case." If that's you, congratulations! Your logic just won another battle, and you've just signed your poverty contract for another 5 years. You can leave. But there is a second group. Those who feel a knot in their stomach because they know every word is a truth they've tried to ignore. For you, the problem is not a lack of knowledge. You have plenty of that. The problem is that your response architecture is broken. If you know you have the potential, if you have the strategy, but something invisible prevents you from pulling the trigger, you need to stop trusting your own mind. Your logic has betrayed you. There is a way to dismantle this sabotage, not with motivation, but with identity engineering. There is a system designed to eradicate paralysis in 67 days. It is high-impact training for people who are tired of being the smartest person in the room with empty pockets. There is a link in the description. It is a raw presentation on how to reprogram your response capacity. Click now before your logic finds a good reason to convince you that you can do it alone. Spoiler: if you could do it alone, you would have done it already. Go to the link and come back for the final revelation. Now, and only now, I am going to reveal to you the only metric that separates empires from ruins. Forget ROI. Forget profit margins. Forget reach. The queen metric is time friction. Time friction is the exact number of seconds that pass between having an idea and executing the first physical action to realize it. A mediocre person with a time friction of 5 minutes will always, without exception, destroy a genius with a time friction of 5 days. While you are evaluating the options, your competition has already made 3 mistakes, learned from them, and closed the sale. Wealth does not flow to the smart. It flows to the fast. Your logic is what generates the friction. Every time you think, "But what if?" you are adding minutes, hours, or weeks of friction to your life. The rich have hacked this. They have trained their nervous system so that the gap between thought and action is almost non-existent. They don't think about executing. They execute before the brain has time to invent an excuse. The only solution to crush your logic and drop your friction to zero is called executive violence. It is not a smooth process. It is a brutal act of demolition. It is silencing the voice that says tomorrow with an action that terrifies you today. It is calling the client while you are still afraid. It is publishing the content before it is ready. It is killing the version of you that needs security to allow the birth of the version of you that simply makes things happen. Most of those who made it this far will look for another video to reinforce this. Don't. If you really want your life to change, this must be the last video you watch today. I don't want your like. I don't want your subscription. I want you to have the decency to stop lying to your own face. The paralysis ends now. Turn off the screen, swallow the fear, and execute the first task your logic has been forbidding you from doing for months. Do it now. Turn it off.